Hi, my name is Kai, I'm sick, I make videos about my life, and welcome to a little update chatty with maybe an occasional vlog that I remembered to film this summer sort of video. So like grab a drink, sit down, we're just gonna chat it out. That's what we're doing. For those of you who don't know me, I am chronically ill. I've got things like a port, lots of other fun stuff. I'm just super bendy, which is fun, and that makes my life very complicated. And I also just graduated college, which makes my life even more complicated. So this summer has been a crazy graduate from college and figure out what I'm doing next with my life. And the funny thing about graduating, I've talked about it before, like it's cool, it's something I'm so proud of, like this was this biggest thing, but the thing that nobody warned me about was how depressing it was going to be. Because when you graduate college, you lose your entire identity. I have been a student for as long as I can remember. I've not taken any gap years, I've not really taken any breaks, like I have been a student. Going to class, having this structure, having this identity, and all of a sudden, it was gone. I didn't really, it was not a great feeling on a lot of levels, I'm not gonna lie. And a lot of my friends have really been struggling with the same thing, and all of us are just fumbling. And obviously people are like, oh, the real world is scary, you gotta figure out what you actually want to do. Like there's so many things that people have said about graduating and being an adult in a real world, but nobody told me how depressing it was going to be to just lose everything that I ever was, right? So that was a whole thing. But pretty much right after graduating, I didn't have much time to think about anything or dwell on it because I was hitting the road with my family for a month and a half. And we just traveled around and saw family. We do this every few years. Whenever my family moves, in between moves, we try and visit all of our family. So it's just kind of like long travel hauls over the summer to visit family every couple of years. And that's what this year was. So even though I graduated college, I was joining the family for all of that. And it was great. And if you've seen any of my recent videos, you'll know I have been promising that vlog for a while, and I promise I'm gonna get to it. Every time I open the video to edit, I just lose motivation after 5 minutes, so we'll get there. But so while I was in college, before I even graduated, I came to college because I wanted to be a novel writer, and I wanted to for the first 3 years of college, and then my last year I kind of realized that that was not the career I wanted, and luckily the career I still wanted was within my major, within still the same world, so I didn't change majors or anything. But I started to realize that there was so much more I could do in writing than novel writing, and I think novel writing is still a dream of mine at some point, some way. I don't know, it's still there, but I realized I could do so many more things, like magazine writing or medical writing, and not the technical stuff that like pays a lot of money, but it's just boring and not what I want to do. Like I want to do like medical content writing, things that get to real patients and to real people, and things that actually mean something to real people. I mean, obviously medical tech stuff means stuff to doctors, but you know, it's not going to make a difference in the average patient's life. Like I want to be able to do something that reaches people in a meaningful way, and that was kind of what I decided I wanted to do. So right before graduating, I changed my entire idea of what I wanted to do for a career completely around, which is a great idea. So I was already a little bit confused, and then I lost my entire identity. Didn't have time to think about it, hit the road, was on the road for a month and a half with my family. So exciting. And then I came back here in like the beginning of July, knowing that my lease was up in August 14th. And while we'd been on the road, I did a lot of just like cold applications. So I was applying to like medical content writing jobs just at random hospitals and things like that, and just kind of like going through it all, and it came to quite literally nothing. I wasn't all that surprised, if I'm being honest. The medical content writing is a really competitive field to get into, especially at an entry level, because they want people who have medical knowledge and writing knowledge, which is not something, especially just an undergrad straight out of college, tends to have. And it's also a world that requires a lot of connections, which I just spent the last 4 years in an art school, not a medical school, so my connections were not quite in that world yet, I suppose. So I wasn't surprised, but still a little disheartened. So I got back in early July, knowing I had like a month and a half to get a job, find out where I was moving, get an apartment, and move. Which was a kind of there's not that much you can do that far in advance, but there's also a certain amount of deadline. It was timing it. Timing it was key, and every day I felt like I wasn't doing enough, or I was doing too much, and things weren't working out, and then, you know, it was just a mess. Anyways, so I reached out to the company that I did my internship with, Leukemia Lymphoma Society. They were amazing. I did a few month internship with them, and it was so cool. I got to do a lot of fun things, but it wasn't the most like riveting internship I probably could have ever gotten. I was doing a lot of like basic communications and logistics and just managing files, and I was the intern. I was an intern, which is fair. That's what an intern should be doing, I suppose. But I had a lot of other cooler experience in college that kind of put me in higher leadership positions that I think overshadowed my internship a little bit, but I still reached back out to LLS and to the person who did my internship, thinking that LLS is a very good company, and even if I'm doing what I did for my internship, that's still something that makes me happy, gives me a paycheck, and gets my foot in the door. So I reached out and I was like, hey, just want to let you know I'm here. I'm looking for a job. And she went, oh my gosh, yes. So I immediately got through a bunch of applications and a bunch of interviews and bounced around from different places, and they were like, we want you, we're not sure where we're putting you yet or what we're doing with you yet, but we want you. And so about a month of interviews, I did about a month of interviews. It was insane. August 7th rolls around. It's a Monday. I have a week before my lease is up. At this point, my mom has tickets to fly down to come help me move out, and worst comes to worst, I'm just going back with them, or we're getting a hotel. We're gonna figure it out. We're just gonna play it by ear. Monday morning, I do an I do an interview. This is my final interview. I'm doing it with like the manager. This would be the last thing I would do, and hopefully they'd have a job to offer me after this interview, hopefully. And it goes well. And then that night, I got offered the job, which is fantastic. And it's still very much an entry-level position, but it's an entry-level position that I know I'm gonna be good at. Something that gives me a little bit of room to do some writing, to do a little bit of creativity, but also just to explore the company and meet people and network and just be an entry-level position that doesn't have to stress and can actually just learn about the company and all of that. So excited, and I think I took some videos from that day, so there you go. Hello, I got my final interview for LLS done this morning. It was with like the director and everything, and she gave me a call like 10 minutes ago. Less than 10 minutes ago, I missed the call, and she was like, hey, just need to talk to you. And I know they said that they were gonna try and get the role filled ASAP, which I don't know how ASAP that is, but this may very well be she just has a question for me. It very well be that it's news about the job. And I'm mildly terrified, and I called her back, but I got voicemail, so I just told her to call me back whenever, because I have my phone on me now. But, I'm terrified. So now, because also today's Monday, the, 7th, it's the 7th. It took me too long to figure out. It's the 7th, and our lease ends on the 14th, which means I have a week, which means my apartment's like empty, and I got maxes. I got a week to move, and this hiring process has taken so much longer than I thought it was going to. Also, my hair looks so good today. Oh my god. I look hot. Anyways, yeah, so I'm like terrified because I've been doing interviews for LLS for like a month now, and I've been like job hunting for like 2 months. So like this has been at least a month in the works if I get this job. I'm like terrified. I'm terrified, but also excited, and I'm like, oh my god, this is 4 years of college. This is Lavender, don't climb on that. 4 years of college. This is months of like job hunting, doing the applications, the interviews for this specific job, all of that. And like, who knows? It could be one phone call tonight That has the answer. It's fine. I'm dying. I'm just gonna continue pacing my apartment until she calls back. Because what else would I be doing besides pacing back and forth in an empty apartment panicking? I'll update you. I'm on my way to bingo, which is such a fun activity, but I got the job here in Savannah, which means I'm staying here. There's a chance I might still go to Charleston. I haven't fully decided, but I'm fairly certain that I'm going to be staying here in Savannah. I just have to do some apartment hunting, which is crazy, and I'm so excited, and I got a job, and I'm sure I'll update you on the chaos that is the next week and a half of me moving, because I literally have a week, but I got a job, and I'm so excited. It's with the Cumulative Homeless Society. I don't know if I said that. They're a great company, so I'm so excited. I was really excited. So Tuesday, I went and I did a bunch of apartment tours. Hello. So I just woke up, and I'm going to do all of my, I'm going to try and start the apartment tours today because it's T-minus like 5-6 days. It's Tuesday, and I have to have an apartment by Monday, so like 6 days. I just woke up, so we're gonna de-access everything, and then we're going, not de-access, I'm just gonna unhook my line. I'm not de-accessing, it's Tuesday. I don't know what I'm saying. Anyways, I'm gonna de-access, and then we're gonna go apartment hunting, and I'm gonna bring you guys along with me, and not all of them are gonna be accessible, and that's, I don't know what I want to, but it's fine. We'll figure it out, and let's go. And I don't know if I actually want super accessible housing. That's something that I'm thinking about that I would like. That is definitely a good priority, but I don't know if it's gonna happen, so we'll see. But I'll bring you along. We'll talk about it as we go. Hair and makeup are done. I'm free of my ivy, and it's time to go look at apartments. Let's go. Okay, so the first apartment I went to was not nearly as nice as I wanted it to be, so it kind of dropped down to like the bottom of my list. But there is another apartment complex in this area that I got to that I didn't get a tour for, so I'm just gonna drive through the area. It's like also already at the bottom of my list, so I'm not like peeved about getting a tour of it because I don't really want to go there. And I'm hoping the last two that I'm doing today are gonna be, I have one of them is my favorite, the other is a close second, so hopefully those two are like the keepers. Because I had like three. This was one of the ones that I really liked. This is like at the bottom of the list, so these two are now at the bottom, these two are kind of at the top, so we'll see. I have the ones that are like further out of the city are at 3 o'clock and 4 o'clock, and it's like not even 2 yet, so I'm just gonna drive to the next one, see what it's like, and then because I'm doing testing at Augusta tomorrow, I'm on a weird diet, so I'm gonna go try and find some Topo Chico because I don't know, I'm really craving it, and I can drink them, so we're gonna go do that as well before I head over to outside of the city. Let's go. I will say though, because the apartment was on the 2nd floor, which is also like not great to me, but the building itself had it had a ramp, like, so clearly somebody who lived there was disabled, but I was on the 2nd floor, so it's not like it mattered. Okay, so I'm on my way to apartment tour number 2, but apartment 3 of the day. So I did drive around the other apartment complex, and I've done so I do Uber Eats as like a quick way to make money because it's actually weirdly disability friendly, because I work from my car and make my own hours, all that, so it's pretty cool. But I did do an Uber Eats drop off there before, so I've actually been in the apartment, but I just drove around it. It's really pretty. It is still like, it's fairly clean. It doesn't smell like weed, and that's a problem for me because I am indeed allergic to weed. And it felt like more taken care of than the first place I went to, so cool. I didn't do a tour of it because I called them earlier and didn't get through, so I will try and get a tour. Tomorrow I'll be in Augusta, so if not tomorrow, Thursday. But that's pushing it really close because I would love to have an apartment by Sunday or Monday. Hopefully I like the places out of the city more. Okay, oh my goodness, my hair's a mess. Yeah, so apartment 3 of the day looked absolutely amazing. I didn't think I was gonna like it as much as I did, and we kind of like walked into it and I was just like, oh, I'm in love. And so I was just like, yes, I like this, but it's gonna be really tricky to get a good price with a good move-in date. which, go figure, I should have, I mean, there was nothing I could have done earlier, but it's gonna be a lot harder to get a good price for a good move-in date there than I think may be worthwhile. I'm not sure, so we'll see. We will see. I am at the 4th and final apartment for the day, and yeah, I do also really like this one thus far, just from what I've seen, but we shall see. So yeah, that's where I'm at with all of it. I like the last one. We'll see about this one. I have good hopes in this one. Oh yeah, the last one also, the only one that would be like convenient really would be, so there was one apartment on the first floor and there was one apartment on the second floor. The second floor would be nicer but more expensive and a later move-in date. The first floor would be not quite as nice but much cheaper with an earlier move-in date, which would probably be the one I would want to go for anyways, but we'll see. Because the downside of being on a first floor is that I can't let my cat on the balcony, which is such a trivial matter, but I don't know, and like, so we'll see. I'm not completely opposed to a second floor, but I don't know. I'm like all kinds of I don't know. So we're gonna see this before I make any opinions or have any thoughts. I mean, I have thoughts and opinions, but decide on them, you know? And then maybe, who knows, I'll be putting paperwork in for an apartment tonight. Ooh, that's exciting. I'm absolutely in love with this apartment. It is my favorite. It is completely accessible. It is literally everything I could ever ask for, except it's expensive. which may be worthwhile. I have to go sit down with the numbers, think things through, figure things out, but I'm absolutely, completely, and utterly in love, and I want to live here so badly. It's literally so accessible. If I were to there's a 1-bedroom that has a giant living room, which means I can put a desk in the living room and have like a working area in the living room, and then it's got like, oh, there's like, okay, cool. But it's like 1 bedroom, 1 bath, beautiful kitchen, absolutely amazing amenities, but the 1 bedroom's on a first floor, but all the buildings have elevators, so even if I were to get something that's not on the first floor, I would still have an elevator, which is amazing! Okay, I'm gonna go drive home now, but I'm in love with it, so we'll see what happens. And Tuesday night, I put in an application for an apartment. By Wednesday, I was in Augusta for some medical testing. That was fun.
I lived there for 4 months.
Oh. And then Wednesday, while I was getting put under for a test, I got the call saying I got the apartment. So I got the apartment on Wednesday. I could pick up the keys on Thursday, and then I had an official move day on Sunday. And then Monday we cleaned out the old apartment and handed back the keys and stuff, and then Tuesday I unpacked, and then yeah, so within a matter of a week and a half, I did not know where I was going, did not know if I had a job, and then all of a sudden had a job and I was in a new apartment and I just needed to unpack. It was just a lot. I was so exhausted and so tired, but it went well. And then I started working, which has been a dream. I love my job. I work remotely, so I get to work from home, which means that I can run fluids while I'm at home or at work, and I'm at home and at work. I've just sat in a chair that's comfortable. I can take breaks when I need them because nobody's standing over my shoulder. I can go work from my couch if I really need, which I have done already. We get flexible hours, so as long as I work my set amount of hours every week, I'm okay. I can kind of, obviously I have to be at meetings and like be available most of the time during the day, because that's like, we have set day hours that most people should be working in, but like I hopped on meetings for like 2 extra hours yesterday, so I have 2 extra hours this week, so I'm probably gonna take Friday afternoon off. But I also get time to be able to say, hey, I'm clocking in an hour early and clocking out an hour late, which gives me 2 hours during the day to run over my lunch break to go get my port access once a week. Actually, I don't even do that. I tend to just take an extra, like, my lunch break, I just go to the, like, infusion center and then clock out half an hour late, because I typically only run half an hour after my lunch break. So it's fantastic. Like, it gives me the freedom to be able to go to appointments, and it gives me the accessibility to do things, and I've already been recruited for the diversity, equity, and inclusion thing, and there's also a just strictly disability thing that's on a national level. The DEI is like local level, so there's a whole bunch of really cool opportunities for me to talk about things like accessibility that I've been really passionate about the last few years. But I'm also kind of on track to be eventually fit into more of a writing role for like one of the big kids projects that they have, which means I get to write really cute writing content for general like kids and their parents, and like, which is exactly what I want to do. And it gives me several years to just figure out what I'm doing. And right now I'm not in a high stress position. I'm at an entry level. I'm helping other people with things. I get to learn about the company and just, you know, do what I want to do in the free time that I have, work on writing for other things, work on other projects I want to do, like trying to pitch a big accessibility project to Savannah, or whatever else I'm doing, you know, and it's honestly really great. Yeah, Lavender, it is. But honestly, like, this job gives me everything I need, and I'm so happy, because that's not something a lot of people can say, especially not right out of college. And it's like a big weight has just been lifted off of my shoulders, and that I feel taken care of here, which is not something I think I've ever been able to say about places I've worked at before, or something I know a lot of people get to say about their jobs. But I feel very taken care of and very supported, and like, I'm exactly where I need to be to progress my career as well, which the fact that both of those are happening simultaneously is like such a rare thing. But I'm also doing a job that helps people and has a real impact, which is something that I've just always wanted to do. And I'm very happy. So anyways, as I have promised before, and I'll promise again, that summer vlog will come eventually. I know I'm going to keep updating you guys on wrist surgery, because that's going very well, and very well. My bone still hasn't healed, but my skin's doing great, and my wrist is doing fantastic, so I think it's going pretty well regardless. And I have a few videos I know I'm making about my port and how doing all of this from home has been going, because as you can see, I'm doing them from home, which is absolutely fantastic. Overall, I'm just in a good place in my life, and I wanted to make an update video that a lot of weird things that happened this summer. I think I'm still trying to get over the like post-graduation depression, but like having a job is a little helpful, I guess. I don't know, we'll figure it out. But yeah, that was probably the most stressful like 2 weeks of my life right there. Maybe not the most stressful, but it was pretty stressful. It was pretty up there. I pretty much just came on here today to say that, am I living the dream perfect life? I mean, depends on your dream and idea of perfect life, but no, it's not perfect. It's not shining beautifulness every single second. It's not like, I don't know, it's not perfect. But I'm very happy with where I am right now, and I'm very proud of myself for where I am. And there's, yeah, stuff I wish I could change, or things that I wish were better, but right now, oh my god, am I very content and very happy. And I just wanted to, I don't know, give you an update, but also give you your daily dose of disabled joy here. And if you are chronically ill or disabled, or for heck's sake just suffering at all, just know that there is happiness in the world, and if you cannot experience it right now, I know one day you will, and hold on to that, because I promise there is so much joy to be had in this world, and I hope I can at least share some of mine with you today. And if this video didn't do that to you, maybe subscribe, and some of my other videos will. On that note, I do hope you enjoyed the video though. I will have the promised summer vlog eventually. I think I've hyped it up so much it's not even gonna be worth it at this point, but that's fine. I think I have a little wristy-do update coming as well, and then I have a few port videos that I wanted to share because, as you can see, I'm doing them from my home now, which is so excited. So excited, so exciting, and yeah. So, I hope you enjoyed. Be sure to subscribe to don't miss next videos, check out other videos. I don't know. As always, much love. Bye.